China is on track to become the world's largest and most successful economy. The trappings of newfound wealth are everywhere. The wine and ski industries have boomed here in the past decade. Most of China's growth comes from its exports and an abundance of low-wage labour. Because China's communist government controls the economy, it could undertake gradual market reform, homegrown rather than neoliberal economics. China proves the theory that trade liberalisation has the most positive impact on countries entering the global fray from a strongly protectionist economy. With Mao Zedong's death in 1976, China realised that his socialist central planning was no longer sustainable. Moderate communist leader Deng Xiaoping began to reform agriculture. Farmers could sell crops in excess of their government quota on the open market and keep the profits. In the early 1980s, China turned to reforming its industries. Slowly, state-subsidised prices were phased out without inflation or wiping out people's savings. When the East Asian financial crisis hit, the Chinese government poured $1.2 trillion into infrastructure projects to stave off unemployment. Over the last 20 years, more than 150 million people have been lifted out of absolute poverty. For most, this economic miracle has been an undeniable achievement of communist China. But the way reform was implemented has created a deeply troubled society.
Some entrepreneurs simply seek economic profits. They only want to pursue economic development and neglect the protection of workers.
Chinese cities are crammed with 150 million migrant workers, more than 10% of the population, who've left the impoverished West for the more prosperous East.
I feel very bad that we leave our children behind. It's unbearable.
China's remarkable economic growth has many in the US worried. The US has a huge deficit. China has vast currency reserves. The US has an enormous trade deficit. China has a massive trade surplus.
Ladies and gentlemen,
while the US has traditionally believed that most government interference in the economy is anathema, the Chinese government has been proactive in guiding and growing the world's most dynamic economy, ensuring profits accrue to Chinese businesses.
They're able to say, you need our market so badly that this is the arrangement. You can come in, you can bring your money and your capital, but oh, by the way, you can only own up to 50%. And in the same city, my other partner will be your competitor. Deal?